All right. Welcome. I'm Jerikandra, and I'm excited to be running Dragon Quest 11 today for you. And I'll let my couch introduce themselves as well.
Hi, I'm Xytoriak. I am the world's okayest Dragon Warrior Dragon Quest speedrunner.
I'm Sanjan. I played it casually, but I haven't speedrun it, but that's okay.
Okay, cool. So before we start, we need the name of the hero.
Yes, the name of the hero is going to be David Bowie. All one word, David Bowie.
Okay. All right, so without any further ado, let's get this run started. Let's count down from 5 and we'll go on go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. See what we can fit in here. Oops. All right. All right, just a couple settings, and then we're skipping cutscenes. So the couch will be talking about what's happening in the cutscenes as we go too.
Yep, so the cutscenes that we just skipped over were basically setting the stage. So the hero was just born as a newborn baby and has a little mark on his hand. It marks him as the luminary. And so they had a convention of all the kings across the land to mark that occasion. And shortly after that, monsters attacked his kingdom of Dundrasil and sacked it. Everybody basically got destroyed. And he got sent down the river and ended up in this little town of Cobblestone where an old man raised him as his grandson. And now him and his friend Gemma are going to climb this big cobblestone tour as their rite of passage into adulthood.
With our friendly dog Sandy to help us out.
Yeah, this is pretty much a classic, or this operates as like a turn-based, classic turn-based game. Very iconic of the Dragon Age series. So as you saw there's also a tactics system that we're going to be using sometimes. You can pretty much just have your characters just automatically attack. And that last fight was meant to be a tutorial where we're beating up those poor slimes. They're cute.
They just want to be friends. This is also like the first mainline Dragon Quest that wasn't like a remake or something where you could actually see the enemies on the overworld before you get into a fight with them. Before that, it was all random encounters. You're just walking on the overworld or something, and then bam, you're into a fight. Which makes it very cohesive for a speedrun because you can avoid any fights that you don't want to take.
So cutscenes wise, we're pretty much saving these two little misty ghost type looking things is attacking one of the little kids from the village. So we're pretty much going to try to help them on the way. The big thing about this fight is you want to our friendly neighborhood doggo can bark at a dog to hopefully paralyze the smog. A very good fight. The thing is with these smogs is they can kind of turn invisible and you won't be able to attack them. So ideally you want the doggo to paralyze one of them so they don't do that and that you can attack them freely. So very smooth fight.
Yeah, that never happens actually.
That's never happened before.
Already we're getting that's never happened.
There's a neat little trick you can do here. If you time the jump and angle it right, you can skip climbing one of the steps here.
Nope, missed it.
By that much. So once we get to the top here, there's going to be another cutscene. We're skipping all the cutscenes because this is a speed run. So what's going to happen is a giant bird's going to attack, and the hero's hand is going to light up and basically use lightning magic. That's always been like the hero's shtick, is they get lightning magic. And then Gemma's completely surprised. So now that it's confirmed that he's the luminary, now that he's an adult, they're going to send him to the kingdom of Heliodor to talk to King Carnelian. And figure out what being the luminary means.
Yeah, it's such a long-lost legend that nobody really knows about it anymore. Just that he was like a really good guy that fought the Dark One.
Yep. I don't remember if they say there was more than one or not, but there's definitely one, and there's a star in the sky named after him. That's Erdwin's lantern. And before we go, we're going to go talk to our friend Gemma, who's having a hard time accepting that we're going to be leaving the town.
Oh.
Sad. She's going to miss her best friend.
Yeah, Gemma gets a bad rap because we kind of leave her here, and then we come back and we see her a little bit. But yeah, she's not. I think they should have made Gemma a playable character, personally.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we don't really get her as a controllable party member.
Can I give you some quick updates that we have going on over here?
Yeah, sounds good.
Wonderful. All right, I just want to let everybody know we opened some Super Monkey Ball bid wars. So we currently have a Choose the Monkey bid war open. Currently, right now, Baby is in the lead with $10. We also have another bid war open for Choose the Monkey Ball color, in which white is currently in the lead with $250. So go ahead and get your donations in for those bid wars if you'd like to choose the monkey or choose the monkey ball color for our upcoming Super Monkey Ball run.
All right, so what Jerikandra is doing here is, so for this next part, it's a sort of open world with the mobs showing out, and she's gonna use the horsey to bop the mobs. We want to try to get a little bit of XP going there, so she's going to specifically try to bop like 5 or 6 of those mobs so that she can get enough XP. The XP route is a little bit slightly tight because we, unsurprisingly, are going to be very under-leveled.
And we just have a little jaunt to get up to the castle, so till then we have time for a few donations.
Fantastic. We already have so much love pouring in from the community. I have $10 from Taxodium, who says, happy to see you again at GDQ. You've got this. I have $20 from Onari, who says, long live the bunny sect. And I have $100 from Oh Hey It's Kara, who says, hi Jerika, I'm so proud of you finally getting this run to GDQ. I only wish I could be there with you. You're an icon and I'm so glad we're friends. Please say hi to my favorite skittery boy for me and let's go on an adventure.
Thanks, Kara.
All right, so now we're approaching, we made it to Heliodor. We're gonna go talk to the king, and he's going to, just like, it's not a real Dragon Quest game unless you get thrown in prison. So he's going to see us and say, well, if you're the luminary, that means that the Dark One is coming, and if we get rid of the luminary, then that means that the Dark One can't come. And then so he labels us as the Dark Spawn, basically saying that we are the evil one. And yeah, throws us in prison. We're gonna find our first friend for the journey down there. But first we have to annoy him. He's gonna tell us to keep it down in that cell over there.
I mean, we're breaking pots to get sneaky supplies.
He learned it from Link.
Yeah, exactly. And just like that, we're out of prison.
And, we got a little ways to go. So now we have a little Metal Gear Solid section here. We're going to be going through the sewers, and they're looking for us. So we need to make sure that we don't get caught by them. Otherwise, we'll end up in a fight with them.
Yeah, you're gonna notice, not for this first guard, for this first set of guards, but for the second guard, Jerikandra's the camera angle is gonna be very specific, just mainly because it's the good old strategy of many games where if you don't see them, they can't see you.
Yeah, this first guard is pretty easy, but then the second one you have to be careful and not even look at the guard, and then he won't see you.
Follow my lead.
And then
It works first time every time. Just don't, just never look at them.
Yep.
And right here, we officially have a dragon, so you're officially in a dragon quest.
Yep, and it's a good way to start the run with some cardio.
Nothing like a little bit of cardio to keep you on your feet and burn those calories.
Yep.
It's kind of broken up into two sections. This first one's going to teach you how to run away from him, and then the second one's going to add random enemies that you don't want to get into a fight with, because then it will also include that big dragon in the fight.
And unfortunately, your party's definitely not fit to beat up a mean dragon.
And they even tempt you with some metal slimes at the end, which is really mean.
Yeah. If you want to play it really risky, you could try to hit a metal slime and then try to flee from the dragon, if you can survive. We're not going to do that today.
Can I pop in here with a quick donation?
Sure.
Wonderful. We have $25 from Lady Applesauce, who says, "Hey, Jerikandra, I'm so excited to see you on the stage for Dairy Queen 11. The Clandra is ready to riot if you don't get a marathon PB. Sending first try horse spin luck, and I hope Jasper behaves. Latex."
Thanks so much, Lady Applesauce.
So we had a little bit of I think it's Bonnie and Clyde moment. We jumped off of a waterfall.
Yep.
And ended up in this church. So now we're going to head back into Heliodor. Eric needs to talk to his buddy because they left this orb, this red orb that they stole from the king, and he wants it back. And so we got to go figure out what's going on with that. But we also don't want to get caught, so that's why the hero's looking all sus with a hood right now.
It's just, you don't even know who he is when he has it on.
Right. It's way better than the glasses for Clark Kent.
Exactly.
It's okay, the purple green outfit surely wouldn't give it away.
Right.
That's just a different person who just dresses the same. It's high fashion.
So we're also going to do a little shopping here. We're going to grab some holy waters that we need, and some herbs for some early game healing, as well as sell some of our other stuff for some gold. And then we're just basically doing story triggers to get up to Upper Heliodor. There's a fun part that if you watch the cutscenes, we're going to borrow this little girl's dog because there's a guard blocking our way to Upper Heliodor. And the guard hates dogs, so once you bring the dog around, he runs away, and that's how we can get up there. And it's a throwback to Dragon Warrior 4, where in Chapter 3 there's a guard you can talk to, and if you have your dog with you, he will not join your party. So we got some time for a few more donations.
So if the guard doesn't like dogs, do you think that he likes sharks?
He might.
He might? Okay, well then I have some good news for him. We currently have an incentive that he can donate to for Shark on the Shotgun, for Don't Stop Girly Pop. For every $500 that guard donates, we get to add one shark to our shotgun. Right now we are currently almost sitting at 5 sharks. So just a few more dollars will get us to 5 sharks on that shotgun. We have a lot of love coming in for sharks from our donations. We have $25 from Shark Freak, who says, "Sharks are my favorite animals. Fun shark fact, 2 new species of shark were discovered in June 2026. One is the Dudgeon's epaulet shark near Papua New Guinea, a type of carpet shark. The other is the ghost shark near Costa Rica." Thank you so much for that wonderful shark fact. Keep them coming.
I believe we forgot to introduce Eric, the Super Saiyan looking guy in blue hair. So Eric is the thief that jailbroke with us. He's pretty much just like your classic thief class companion.
Yep. He fits into the story. Before he got sent to prison, he talked to a seer that said that he would meet the luminary, and he kind of scoffed and said, "Yeah, right." And then when he got caught, sent to prison, he was like, "Yeah, that seer was, completely wrong, and then all of a sudden the luminary shows up in the next cell. So now that we're back in the normal Heliodor, and we're gonna go visit his thieving buddy Dirk, because he found out that he bought a shop, and Eric wants his cut from the orb.
Just popping in here really quick. We have $100 from Penelope who says, "You got this, Jerikandra. Let's go."
Thanks, Penelope.
Yeah, we find out that since getting the red orb, Dirk has, in my sort of favorite words, gone legit.
He's working in the gray. He worked in the black to get to the white. So we're gonna grab a strength seed here, and then we're gonna leave the same way we came. So we're gonna do a little bit of running to get to the next area, which is called the Mangle Grove. Hopefully it's not raining. If it's raining, there's some babbles and some smogs that can really get in our way.
Yeah, we have to get there to Mango Grove to get to the King's Barrel, since Dirk told Eric that he gave the orb to the king and also grabbed the money to bribe the guards so that Eric would eventually dig himself out of jail. So Dirk was largely helpful in a different way. That was also a lot of money, though, that he got.
It's not raining, yay.
So this game has a weather system where you can have certain different types of weather. If it is raining, there's pretty much extra slimes and mobs that rain down from the sky. Yes, slimes raining down from the sky. And it just makes it a little more annoying and more difficult to avoid them.
Yeah, we still gotta watch out for these smogs that can, just like the ones we fought before, they can disappear and reappear. But they can disappear and reappear right in front of you is what they like to do.
We got a little bit of a couple more cutscenes to skip. There's basically, well, first we have to craft our first item that we're gonna get the mini forge. We're gonna try to craft a bronze sword. I guess we're not gonna try to craft it. We're gonna try to craft it well, though.
See if we can get a marathon +3 today.
Yeah, getting a plus 3 is a little RNG because it depends on how much of the bar that turns orange or so.
Well,
unfortunate.
hopefully +2.
Yeah.
Y'all, we just got a $500 donation from Hylian Competent, who says,
Oh my
"Let's
gosh.
go, Jerikandra."
Awesome.
Amazing. Thank you so much. That's so generous.
Yeah, we can perfectly live with a +2 sword, which is what we're going to get most of the time. A +3 allows us to, of course, deal more damage, but our menus later on will be slightly different because David Bowie's going to be stronger.
So to keep up the theme, we have a dog. It's not a real dog, though. We're going to go touch this Yggdrasil root, which we haven't even talked about Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil is the tree of life, and the lore behind it is every leaf on the tree represents a life on the planet. Being the luminary, he has special powers that reside within Yggdrasil, and one of them is when he touches the root, he can see like memories of the past. So in that memory, he just saw that dog was actually a woodcutter, and there was a tricksy devil that changed him into a dog. So we're going to go take care of that. I've thought about trying to say that in like a Lord of the Rings Gollum voice, but I don't know.
Yeah, we need to save the lumberjack so he can build us a bridge to get through. So main thing about the Trixie devil fight is you just want to spam slash or abilities or flame slash Erica as much as possible, and then the hero's gonna, or David Bowie's gonna focus on dealing damage as well as healing Eric. So we just want to make sure we're above like 14 HP for our 14-ish, or we just want to make sure we're above around like 20 HP or so we don't die to Sizz from the Trixie Devil.
Got a nice
fight.
crit there.
Whoa.
Good crit.
We beat the second Sizz. That's never happened before.
See, this is a positive. This has never happened
Yeah.
before.
Because of the crit.
Yep. So now we're going to come back, and the woodcutter is going to be back to normal, and he's going to build us a bridge so we can head back to cobblestone. That was something else that we didn't really mention. And when we got sent to prison, King Carnelian sent Jasper and a host of knights down to raise cobblestone to the ground because they want no trace of the luminary even left. So while we're running back there, we got some time for more donations.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We have $25 from BZ Archer, who says, I'm a simple girl. You show me a slime plushie, I donate. Good luck on the run, Jerikandra.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, BZ Archer. And you're absolutely right. We have so many wonderful prizes that you can win. That slime plushie that they mentioned is only a $10 minimum donation to be entered to win that plushie. We have so many great prizes. Go ahead and go to gdq.gg/prizes to find them all. And then go to gdq.gg/donate to donate for them all.
So we have returned to cobblestone, and everything looks fine. We made it before they raised it to the ground. So we're going to go talk to our mom first. Only problem is she's going to say, who are you? You're not my son. My son's only like 6 years old. And then when we go visit Gemma here, you're going to notice that she's a lot younger too. It's Chibi Gemma. Also Puppy Sandy too.
Yep.
And coming up, I think this is the first time in Dragon Quest history that the hero actually has a voice and says something. It's not going to be the actual David Bowie, but it's going to be young David Bowie saying, "Hey, Granddad."
Hey, Granddad.
There it was.
There it is. That's it.
So we actually did get to talk to our grandfather there. If you're wondering what's going on, don't worry. We're going to come back and we're going to find cobblestone was raised to the ground. What happened was there was another Yggdrasil route here where he was basically seeing the echoes of the past and he was able to interact with them. So Grandpa told us to go towards the King's Barrow, and there's a small triangle stone where he buried a little box that came with us in the basket when he found us, and it's going to be a letter from our mom and a keystone to use a traveler's gate. So we got, go ahead, sorry.
Say we could probably have a couple donations while we head that way.
Great. Thank you so much. We have a lot of love coming in for our runner. We have $25 from Ready to Fumble, who says, donating for my favorite game of all time, Dragon Quest XI, and especially for the best party member ever, my boy Eric. Good luck on the run.
Thank you.
We also have $5 from Stardust SDD, who says, hey, Jerika, your streams have given me comfort during a very difficult time in my life. I wish you an amazing run and a luminous future for both of us.
Aw, thanks, Stardust.
And $50 from Coldman Thom, who says, Dragon Quest XI-S was my first Dragon Quest and I loved it. Great to see it on the stream. Thank you to everyone at GDQ for all the work that you do, and rest in peace, Akira Toriyama.
So here we're grabbing a save point here. Not necessarily, it's not like a real safety save or anything, but we got some things called Chimera Wings that basically kind of work like the Zoom spell, just not quite as great. They let you either go to the last place you visited or the last place you saved. So by saving there, we can warp out of this dungeon at the bottom instantaneously. And this is kind of going to be our first quote-unquote dungeon. This is where Dirk told us that the red orb is. So we're coming to claim it. After all, we have to pay Eric back for breaking us out of prison.
Yeah, so we find out a bunch of the guards had fallen down, and now there's just a bunch of monsters that have invaded this area. We're also going to be introduced. One thing we're going to do first is we're going to fight a couple encounters here. We want to fight encounters such that the hero gets level 6, and before we get to the boss fight, we want Eric to hit level 7.
That was almost scary.
Yeah, it was.
It's okay. It's David Bowie's got this.
Something that I think was this game that they introduced too that seems to be pretty standard going forward in Dragon Quest games is when you level up, they give you a free refill of your HP and your MP.
And one thing to note here, you can't use different tactics in this game. As we noted earlier, we are using a tactic called Show No Mercy, which is pretty much the AI that goes ham with attacks as well as spells, and it's mainly fine just because we're gonna get the MP back once we level up. It's just much faster to try to use for the fights that we can use it, just use a tactics menu so we don't have to manually menu through things. For most of the boss fights, though, we'll be manually inputting all of our actions. So here we got a strength ring. We're going to put it on Eric, who's going to be our main damage dealer for this section.
This is also the first Dragon Quest where they kind of switched up how the fighting works in terms of like DQ8 was the last one, the last mainline one that came to the West, where you had to select all of if you were going to manually control your party, you have to select all of your actions at the beginning of the round. Basically, almost, if you think of like D&D, like every round there's a new initiative, so there's a new who's going to go first, second, third. And in this game, instead of telling everybody at the beginning of the round what to do, you get to tell them what to do when their action comes up. So that's why it seems sometimes like maybe Eric got last on one and then first on the other, and he takes 2 actions in a row.
Okay, so this game also introduced us to glowing enemies, and so these glowing enemies are just enemies that you can defeat, but if you defeat them, you can ride them as mounts. Similar to riding the good old horse, you can ride an egg.
They really like their puns too, the translation team. You'll notice that these are called exoskeletons. Hey, Jerika, are you gonna grab the defense seed?
Yeah, we've got to grab the defense seed.
Ideally, for that encounter, we want 3 of them, but since we only got the double encounter, we have to take an extra encounter here so that Eric can hit level 7.
Hero had an excellent block there.
Yeah, if you folks feel free to donate with your favorite Dragon Quest puns. There's a lot going on. So we're gonna get +10 to our attack here, which is gonna be very nice for the upcoming boss fight.
And then we're grabbing the defense seed. One time I didn't grab the defense seed, and a whole thing happened. So we don't talk about that.
We saw what happened.
Yeah.
So now we have basically our second boss fight. That Trixie Devil was the first one. These guys are a little scary. They can cast whoosh like that. Sometimes they can hit both people at the same time.
Yeah, similar to the tricks. Ooh, that's rude. Hey, that seed of defense came in handy.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a ruder.
Yeah, ideally here as well, we would be introduced to, or we're going to be introduced soon to the pet mechanic here. So this pet mechanic is essentially, I mean, It's Akira. Oh no, that's extreme. Oh no, that's extremely rude.
That is bad. Well, we couldn't have all good RNG apparently.
We had something. We needed something to balance it out. So yeah, basically we got sent back to when we came back in after getting the strength ring. So we'll have to take a few more fights to regain the experience we lost.
So yeah, you want to talk about why we did the autosave?
Yeah, if you take any other option, you lose half of your gold, and you might not even be in a better spot anyway.
Yeah, the thing is in this particular route, the money routing is quite tight.
And we're already grabbing like every hidden item along the way that's worth any gold to make sure that we get the gold that we need for what we need at the end game.
Yeah, so to quickly talk about the pet mechanic. Hopefully this is a 3 encounter. That's pretty good. So the pet mechanic essentially, since it's an Akira art game, makes you turn sort of Super Saiyan, as I like to say it, and you get increased stats, as well as the ability to use a special attack that you can do with when you're in Pep. We'll be using some of it there, but mostly we really like the increased stats because it makes fights go by so much more smoother.
Yeah, you kind of want to maximize how much you get out of it, and then like right before they're going to lose it naturally, you pop off with your quote-unquote limit break.
So luckily, since we got the 3 encounter here, we don't have to take the 2nd encounter. Don't forget to use the Seed of Defense.
Round 2, fight!
All right, hopefully these Griffons are not going to be a little less mean. So again here, Eric's going to be mostly on DPS duty, and David Bowie's going to play support by making sure our party's topped up, and whenever he's good to go, whenever he's not busy, he'll just cast a little frizz.
Now that the hero's popped up too, there's an ability they can use that can do massive damage, so we might be able to get rid of one of the Griffins right here. Yeah.
I just love the little scream that the Griffon did.
Yeah, this fight becomes a lot more safer as soon as you get the first Griffin down too.
Yeah, this was a smooth fight.
There.
Nice.
All right, much better.
And then we get our first orb. So, yep, we used the Chimera Wing. Now we're back at the save point we used earlier. And we're going to head towards the Traveler's Gate. On the way, Sir Hendrik is another knight of King Carnelian. He's gonna be finding us and chasing us through the gate, but he won't quite make it through, but we will. And then we're gonna make our way to the next town called Hato and meet one of my favorite characters in the game. But until then, we do have time for a few donations.
Awesome, that sounds great. I have $50 from Kelpmonger who says, game's done Quest 11 speed of light percent? Is that anything? I also have $5 from MNK who says, hi, Jerikandra and Couch, good luck and have fun. And I have $10 from Navi. Dragon Quest 11 was my first in DQ. It helped me get closer to my best friend and made me fall in love with the series. Can't wait to see Eric destroy these bosses. And did you say slime plush? Less than 3. We did indeed say slime plush. We're actually getting a lot of love for slimes. We also have $15 from Ax Muris who says, hi, Jerikandra, and thank you for bringing DQ Xi to the big screen. Wishing you good luck and a lot of metal slimes.
Thanks, y'all.
All right, we have reached the Hato step in the town of Hato. If you talk to the NPCs here, it's really neat. They all talk in a haiku. Like every speech bubble, everything is all a haiku. But we're gonna go to the bar and find a little girl named Veronica, and she is amazing. She's a sassy little wizard. First, we need to get some chainmail.
Yeah, the story on Veronica is that, I mean, she was an adult, but she's a little girl because some kind of magic shenanigans happened.
DQ things happened.
Just Dragon Quest things.
Yeah. So we're gonna go into this bath, and there's gonna be a little girl that says that she's missing her dad, I think, and then Veronica says that she's missing her sister, and so we thought, oh, she's missing her twin sister, and since this little girl is looks to be about the same age, we're like, hey, we found your sister, and then Veronica's like, you oaf, that's not my sister, So Veronica's going to lead us to a place called the Cryptic Crypt.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to help her sister. So once again, we used a Chimera Wing there. Last place visited, just we don't have to run out to the front of the town. We can just warp there, and we're going to warp there again after we do another cutscene and get some items from behind the bar here. So a lot of Veronica's sass comes from everybody seeing her. She looks like she's 6 or 7 years old, but she's really an adult. So everybody talking down to her and treating her like a little kid really ticks her off.
Yeah, she really wanted to get into the bar, and they wouldn't let her.
Yeah. You can't come in here without your father. I think we got time for a couple more donations.
Sure thing. I have $25 from Tetra Slash, who says, great run so far, Jerikandra. Thanks for showcasing one of my best friend's favorite games on the GDQ stage. Shout out to Kay, who introduced me to the Dragon Quest series, and let's go GDQ.
All right. Thank you.
I also have $50 from Sticky Jordan, who says, first time attending SGDQ, and Dragon Quest is one of my favorite JRPGs, so I absolutely had to donate. Thanks, Jerika, for presenting such an amazing run.
Thanks.
So right there, we took another save point, and exactly like before, we take it because it's a nice way to use a Chimera Wing and come back exactly without having to run back. And we go straight into the next dungeon.
The Cryptic Crypt. Dragon Quest loves their little funny names, puns, alliterations, what have you.
Yep.
It's definitely very, very cryptic.
Oh no!
It's a trap.
So we're taking this route. We're going to do a little bit of a safety here. That's a Yggdrasil leaf that we just picked up. So if the hero or Eric die or any of the characters die in the early game here, we'll be able to bring them back to life.
If I put it on Eric before the fight, which the last marathon I did this, I did not, and then our practice run, I did not.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
It's okay, we'll remind you. It's a little, pretty much at this point and throughout the run, those the Yggdrasil leaves are kind of hard to get, so we want to try to conserve them as much as possible. But I mean, the tried and true formula is simply do not fall down. So we're gonna get another rideable mount here. Yes, we are gonna ride a skeleton mount. Or should I say ride a skull rider?
Yeah, this is Kara's favorite little guy.
The Dragon Quest games differ a lot from the Final Fantasy games because in Dragon Quest it seems like having a character go down hurts a lot more, has a much bigger impact than in Final Fantasy. In Final Fantasy you can get tons of Phoenix Downs or you get life won really fast or something. And Dragon Quest games usually don't get a Vivify spell, which is a 50% chance to bring them back at half health until later. I think the first time you can even see it is when Rab is a NPC later.
Look at the little guy go.
Speaking of Final Fantasy, we actually have a little crossover donation here. This is $50 from Dark Bob, who says, here's my donation for Doctors Without Borders for all the amazing work they do. Also, to send some big love to Jerika as she takes on DQ11 with a huge thank you for all the fun times hanging out with her in streams. We already met the cosplay incentive, which is very exciting, so Doctors Without Borders can just shut up and take my money. I'm going to rush home and hopefully catch the back end of you owning this game as usual. Big good lucks for the run, and I hope you have an amazing time on stage. Don't get a sticky leg.
Thanks so much, Dark Bob.
So we're approaching the next boss fight here. I saw you put the leaf on him. Good job.
Let's go.
So touching that root gave us the password, and you can see that gal with the blonde hair there. That's Serena. That's Veronica's twin sister. So this is when we realize that Veronica is actually telling the truth. But this is also a very scary fight until the shades go down.
Yeah, Jarvis can one hit the hero if you let the David Bowie's HP go down. So we have to be mindful of that, and we have to try to burst down the ads as fast as possible. And we're also gonna hope that they target that they target the Serena or Veronica, since they're just a guest in our party here.
Yeah, when you have the guest people like Serena or Veronica are in this regard, they have infinite HP. They're never going to get knocked out. And then Serena's going to keep casting heal and using like buff on the party. She might attack every now and then. Veronica will start throwing magic files on us when our MP gets low.
And one thing to note is Veronica has a staff but is not using magic because her magic got stolen by Jarvis, and the other summary is she resisted losing that magic, so the magic spell, curiously enough, because this is a Dragon Quest game, stole her age as well, so that's why she's a little kid.
Yeah, her magic, I think right now, is technically inside of that jar.
Oh, Serena's buffing.
Let's go. Yeah, we're pepped too, so, and we've almost taken care of all the ads, so this should be much more doable. Quite a bit more doable here.
Would like to see Serena be smart. There we go. Oh,
there we go.
There we go. Yeah.
They're doing good work. Sometimes the AI can just sit there and not be very helpful.
It sure can. So in case nobody's figured out the pun yet, he is carrying a jar and his name is Jarvis.
Yeah, we hit David Bowie's nearing the end of his little Peppa Super Saiyan, so we used a combination attack here, and pretty much from here on, it's a lot more straightforward. We only have to deal with Jarvis himself, who's not as dangerous.
Yeah. He's being a lot nicer than he was in the practice run last week. There's a move he can do that he did the first time around, which is called Deep Breath, which doubles his next attack, which is that cold breath. And yeah, if Eric or Hero are missing too much HP and they're not guarding, that'll probably knock him out. Oh, he's pepped and he took a deep breath.
Okay,
Nice.
we got him before he could take it.
Thought I commentator cursed you for a second. Scary boss number 1 down.
Yeah, that is the first big run killer. Weirdly, the Griffin's killed, and that's not usually a run killer.
So the other little girl that we thought was Veronica's sister, her dad was missing, and he was in that cell that we went to at the back of that dungeon. Now that we're back at Hato, we're gonna find out that he's kind of a drunken loser. Like he's just hanging out at the bar all day, doesn't care about anything. He wants us to pay him money for info, but we were gonna say, hey, we just saved your life, isn't that worth something? And that's when he's going to tell us about the rainbow. So now that we know about that, actually before we leave, Veronica's going to teach us the zoom spell. If there's any elder gamers in here that have only played like the older versions of Dragon Quest and Dragon Warrior, that's the return spell.
Yeah, so now we don't need Chimera wings to travel around.
We used one last one right there to get back to the save point, but that's just to like get rid of running back here. From now on, we'll be able to zoom everywhere.
Yeah, so in that menu, we saw Jerikandra rectify Eric. This pretty much just means that you can respec Eric. Because I believe from this point on, our hero is going to be the main damage dealer.
And we're going to respec Eric with knives later, too.
So here's our first newer horse skip.
Yeah, to introduce the horse, the horse skip, we're going to have our favorite mechanic here called Spin to Win. So Jerikandra is going to open up the menu, and you notice we set our mouse speed, so she's going to use the mouse to spin, and this also gives the horse some velocity here. We're going to try to get us to a very specific point past because we have to talk to the little ticking clock person here. So what's going to happen here is the Tickle Taco here is going to talk to us, and then after that, the guard is going to talk to us and say, oh, you need a pass here. Oh, you got a pass? Cool. And what's going to happen here is we're going to save and load this, and what happens essentially is that the guard talking to us overrides, because it's at a further point in the story. It overrides talking to Ticking Tom, because normally in the game, you would have to go visit Tickington. You'd have to go into the good old cutesy little 2D land.
Yeah, and that requires saving, and then when you come out, you no longer have the horse. So this way we actually have the horse too, which is faster on the way to Gallipolis.
We got it first try, GG.
Yeah, first try.
Can I pop in here with a donation regarding your horse?
Absolutely.
Amazing. So in total, we have 2 donations from BD Jeff P, who has donated twice. They are very into the horse. So the first donation, which was for $500,
Wow.
woo! Says spoilers for a later part of the run, which is right now, but crowd participation is encouraged. When the runner starts to spin the horse, let's hear the chat shout, spin that horse. And then also shout outs to the Blitzball Lovers Club and Trans Rights.
Thanks so much, Jeffy.
Jeffy also says, good luck with the run, Jerika. I'm sure you will spin and drift that horse with no issues. Cheers from the back couch. Thank you so much, Jeffy, for your very, very generous donations.
Don't worry, we'll get another opportunity to Spin to Win much later on.
Yes.
I'd love us all to yell, spin that horse.
We're gonna get a couple items here. We got fishnet stockings. I know the equipment in this game is very fun.
Yeah, it's an Akira Toriyama special. If you know how he likes to portray old men like Master Roshi, or in this case Rab, or I guess Rab isn't here yet, but it could be argued that was kind of like a flash, or it's a little bit of a trope. That happens in Dragon Warrior 4. You can go into the King of Endor's bed chamber and search a chest and get a pink leotard. But what we're doing in Gallipolis here now then is a little more shopping. We're going to get Eric this a new dagger, which has like a 1 in 8 or a 1 in 12 chance to paralyze when he just swings, but it just does a lot more damage, and we're going to use an ability that can poison enemies. We're also going to get introduced to the great Sylvando. And the reason we're here is we want to get that rainbow. That rainbow is supposed to tell us where the other orbs are, because we found out that we need 6 orbs to visit Yggdrasil. And
Yeah, the red orb. I know orb was one of them.
Yep. So we already had one unbeknownst to ourselves. Here this is Prince Ferris. There's a big coming of age thing here where he's supposed to be participating in a horse race in Gallipolis. And he's been led his parents to believe that he's been keeping up on all of his horse riding lessons, and he hasn't. So he sees us and says, hey, you're like the same build as me. How about you put on my armor and race my horse, win the race, and then, then I'll totally let you borrow the rainbow after that. So we say, I guess there's no harm in that, so.
Or just casually doing his homework for him.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're not very excited about it, because it feels a little wrong, but that's the path forward.
Yeah. It's one of those things, it's not necessarily the right thing to do, but who's it really hurting?
Yeah. The Sultan essentially has the rain burl, so we're just like, well, if it gets us closer to the rain burl, I guess we might as well do his homework for him.
Mm-hmm. And so we're going to have our first mini game. Well, maybe second. I guess forging could have been the first one. So we're just going to do 3 laps on this horse, and that peacock next to us is Silvando. And he likes to cheat at the beginning. Oh, there he goes.
There he goes. So the big thing about this is you don't really have to win this, but it is pretty easy to win anyhow. The main strategy is you want to try to go in as much of the green little kind of just like little circles as possible so we get more stamina.
Yep.
And the classic sort of driving game of drifting around the corner so you don't lose as much speed.
It's possible to do this in a minute 05, I think is the fastest anybody's done it, but we usually average like around 107.
Yeah, the main thing is you don't have, again, you don't have to win to continue this, but we're gamers, so.
Plus it's a speed run.
Yeah, we're speed runner. We want to do it as fast as we can. I average about 107.
So we got time for a couple donations here.
Fantastic. I'd love to just give us a couple updates here. I know there were folks donating for both the shark incentive as well as a current bid war that we have going. So just some quick updates. We currently have an incentive open for Don't Stop Girly Pop for Shark on the Shotgun, in which every $500 gets us another shark on our shotgun. We currently have 8.4 sharks with over $4,000 raised. So please keep those coming. We have folks donating like $10 from Anonymous, which says sharks, they guns now, they guns now. We also have more shark facts. We have sharks are well known to science for being smooth like silk. If you disagree, you should donate. Let's make a bid war out of it, chat. That was $25 from Fishsicles. Thank you so much for your generosity. Do I have time for more, or should I send it back to you?
Yeah, you got time.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, I also have some love coming in from your community. I have, let's see, $25 from Slade, who says the Dragon Quest games have been a huge part of my life since I played Dragon Warrior 1 as a young child. I hope everyone has a good slime seeing these runners go fast. Speaking of slime, we also have $10 from the hero of slime, who says slime.
Thanks, y'all.
$25 from Craig, who says the Dragon Quest series is very dear to my heart. My brother and I bonded over Dragon Warrior 4 when I was very young, and some of my happiest memories are of watching him play, sometimes even letting me play. Love you.
Yay, Dragon Warrior 4.
Yay. We also have $10 from Bougie Poppy, who says, Jerikandra, it's so awesome to see you on the GDQ main stage. It's been my special privilege to host for you twice now, and I can't wait till the third time. You are incredibly skilled, and I feel lucky to have met you. GLHF, and teach us how to blitz. Oh, wait, wrong game.
Thanks, Poppy.
All right. So we won the race for him, and he's not giving us the rainbow yet. Some guards ran in and said, the Slayer of the Sands has returned, which is a giant monster that's threatening the kingdom. And once again, Prince Ferris has not been keeping up on his swordplay, so he once again wants us to, in his stead, take care of this monster for him. And then he'll definitely let us borrow the rainbow after that.
Yeah.
This time for sure.
But before we can do that, we have a little bit of grinding to do. So Veronica and Serena joined the party officially, and I think they're like around level 12, whereas David Bowie and Eric are still under 10, so we're gonna gather up a bunch of these prestidigitators or magicians and take a few of these fights and get them up to level 10.
Yeah. Savando also joins us as a guest party member too. Since he did find out that the Sultan, or that we're basically doing the Sultan's homework for him, and he's like, well, I want to join you all anyways.
He's almost like auditing to make sure that the prince learns how to be princely.
Nice.
So that was Eric 10, so one more fight should hopefully get us Hero 10.
And so as mentioned before, we're just going through learning a bunch of skills here.
Yeah, this wasn't the first Dragon Quest to have like skill trees that was like kind of invented or introduced in like DQ8, but this was definitely the first one that you could like respec and whatnot afterwards. They might let you respec in the 3DS version of like DQ8. Bonked him for 1 damage and got him.
Oh, we got him.
All right, so now we're going to be heading to the next boss, which is the Slayer of the Sands, which is the next scary boss.
We like to call him the Slayer of Runs.
Yep. Can't imagine why you got a name like that. So he does have like a set pattern of attacks, which is nice in terms of, okay, we know what's coming, but also, I mean, it's just not a nice rotation.
Yeah.
It'll be really, really nice if when he crits, he decides to crit Sylvando.
We also would love to get a first try sap and a first try poison.
Yes. The sooner you can get poison and sap, the more damage you'll be doing right from the beginning.
Yeah, so what sap does is that it lowers their defense, and poison is very useful just mainly because it deals a percentage, general set percentage of their HP, which is a lot at this level because, again, we are nice, the poison. You'll see that poison, I believe, ticked 47, which is a lot of damage, especially at this point because we are, again, majorly under-leveled.
Nice.
First sap. All right.
So what the Slayer of Sands can do is confuse our party members. Hopefully Sylvando can also easily quickly cure that, which is convenient, but we also don't want our party members attacking each other.
Yeah. The other thing he's going to do next, there's the crit.
Ooh, that's right.
On the hero. That's a fine. We bought a bunch of superior medicines from Gallopolis, which is kind of like a medical herb, but twice as strong. So it's almost like a heal more, or mid-heal. My elder gamer came out there.
Yeah, from here on, once we get poison and sap, we're just making sure everyone's topped off and that Eric and the hero continue good old DPSing the boss down.
Yeah. The big thing is we want to make sure we want to make sure David Bowie and Eric survive.
Yeah.
If Serena or Veronica goes down, it's not great, but it's not the end of the run. It wouldn't be the end of the run if they go down either, but it would just be a lot more painful.
Yeah, because they won't get the experience. I believe they don't get the experience if they fall down.
Nice.
That's a very good fight.
That was a
Good
very good
fight.
fight, yeah.
Always a good fight when nobody dies on that fight.
Yeah. Slayer got slayed. So then now there's going to be a little cutscene here. The Slayer's going to come back to life in Gallopolis, but then Ferris actually does try to fight him. He gets knocked on his butt, but then Sylvando saves the day, and Sylvando gained his respect for at least standing up and trying. So then we find out after all of that we're not getting the rainbow because the Sultan had this huge, celebration with the horse race, and he had to pay for it somehow. So there was a traveling merchant that came by, and he sold the rainbow to him. So now we're going to chase after that merchant and go to Gondolia.
Yeah, this is going to be a theme. The Rainbow Princess is going to be in another castle.
Yeah.
But now Sylvando will officially join the party. He's going to give us a cool item that lets us summon the horse wherever we are, so we don't need to hit those little bells that we find. And we're going to run over to, we're going to make it over to one of the campsites, and we're going to do a lot of, I like to call it like dancing, but we're going to do a lot of spending skill points, rectifying spending skill points, and at the end of that, Sylvando's going to learn an ability that he shouldn't learn for a while called the Hustle Dance, which is basically like a party-wide mid-heal. So it's going to be able to like heal everybody almost like their entire health pool with one ability. And when you see her use it, it takes up like a third of his mana. So like you can tell it's a very strong ability that you're not supposed to have this early.
There actually is some love coming in for Sylvando. So we have $10 from Joe and Dogs, Freya and Frank, who says donating during Dragon Quest XI as we come across the great Sylvando, one of the best RPG characters ever.
Good choice.
Yes. He's also amazing because he'll always refer to everybody as Darlene. Yeah, we got some time for more donations.
Fantastic. I have $25 from Ender Soul, who says, as one of the Elder games that was mentioned, I've been playing since Dragon Warrior 1, which came out 2 months before I was born. And I've been playing the DQ series ever since. It's my favorite series and one that I hope I can get my daughter to one day play. It's always awesome to see a DQ game ran at GDQ. Good luck, and hopefully RNG is in your favor.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, essentially what's happened here with all the skill respecs is we're taking advantage of the plus bonus amount of skills here. And getting it over and over again so we can learn, so that we can yoink Hustle Dance.
We wanted to get that one ability on the bottom middle because that gives us an extra 10 skill points. And then rectify everything, come down the other side. That's what allows us to get the Hustle Dance. And then we rectify again so that we can get the abilities that we want in addition to Hustle Dance.
Speaking of Hustle Dance, we have $25 from Albert, who says, donating to show my love for maybe the best Dragon Quest character of all, Sylvando. If he were real, I'm sure he'd hustle dance to cure whatever ails us, but since he's not, we need Doctors Without Borders.
Love it.
It's true. Sylvando just wants to see the world smile.
Yep.
Now we gotta leave our horsey away. That's okay though. We'll see him again later.
So I believe we learned that the traveling merchant is heading to Gondolia, so that's essentially where we're going.
Yeah, Savannah's like, hey, I have a boat. And so we're sure we're not going to beat the traveling merchant at Gondolia, but at least we can get on the boat and try to catch up with him.
He's also got a first mate named Dave,
Yeah.
who, if you've played many Dragon Quest games, is one of the better NPC sprites in my opinion. The big muscular guy with the horned helmet.
We've got time for a few donations if you got any.
Fantastic, I have plenty. I have $10 from Third Shift Zombie, who says, Dragon Quest is one of my all-time favorite game series. DQ8 was the first game that was bought just for me, and I couldn't guess how many hours I've poured into the franchise. Watching you breeze through DQ11 gave me the itch to grab my copy and play along. Thanks to everyone on the screen and behind the scenes to make GDQ possible.
Awesome.
I do also want to say, since Third Shift Zombie mentioned that they are grabbing their copy to play along, that because the game is on sale right now on Steam, down from $40 to $20, that leaves us all with $20 left over after we've purchased the game that we can donate to Doctors Without Borders.
Good logic.
Thank you.
So this is where the hero officially becomes our bane damage dealer. We've swapped him from a one-handed weapon to a two-handed weapon. And we're going to give him the big damage ability. I want to say it's Unbridled Blade, but I know it's the one before that.
Yeah, cutting edge.
Cutting Edge, yeah. Unbridled Aggression. That's what Show No Mercy is. So we find out that the port is unfortunately blocked. No ships coming in, no ships coming out. Unfortunately, Jasper and his men have made it here, and they know that the Luminary's here, so they're looking out for him. So we're going to try to figure out what we can do to try to get... I love Veronica. What we can do to get the ship out of port. So we find out that there is this kid who basically came and stole Serena's wand, I think, and he was trying to use it because he magically can't speak. He thought that if he could steal somebody's wand or staff, he could use the magic to speak again. So we, being the good guys that we are, we're going to go help him by getting some magic water from a magic fountain that's nearby.
Yeah, we're like, we have to wait for the boat anyway, so I guess we'll help these people out.
Yep. Just kind of sort of like the Dragon Quest, I don't want to say trope, but basically you just keep going from town to town as you go wandering around, and you find out who's got problems where, and you help them with their problems. Unlike, sometimes like Final Fantasy, you might know who the big bad is, like towards the beginning of the game, and you're just chasing them throughout the world. Here it's very more like, we're going to help each region out, and then they help, they add their power to yours, so that when the big bad does show up, it's, a big good versus evil. So we got another boss fight coming up that's not quite as scary as the last two, but before then, we got time for a donation or two.
I have $5 from Maddie J Cosplay. Hello all, happy to see Jerikandra on the GDQ stage. Every time I join your stream, I always feel welcomed as a gamer and fellow cosplayer. Keep the good vibes going, less than 3. Also, trans rights.
Thank you.
All right, so we are at the Corolossus.
Continuing with our friendly neighborhood puns here.
So we're really hoping that there was an item we picked up earlier called the Sleeping Hibiscus. It missed. So,
Did not hit.
yeah, Corolossus A is still wide awake.
Yeah, they're still gonna do quite a bit of damage here, and ideally we want to. Okay, one of them's confused, which is
at
nice.
All right, I'm going to do this.
So what that other one did, basically, anytime we try to attack the other one, A is going to intercept the attack. But now they're both sapped, so they're both going to take massive damage. So another thing that we're going to take advantage of here is Sylvando has a spell called Oomph, which in the older games was called like By Kill, but it basically increases the hero's attack. Eric's still standing.
Yeah, we don't really need Eric to survive here. For this fight, we're mainly, for the most part here, we're mainly focused on keeping the hero and Sylvando alive.
Yeah. And luckily, this is one of the Dragon Quests where it's static experience. There's some games like Dragon Quest 3 does the funneling thing that like some Final Fantasies do, or if we only had one character left alive, then they get like 4 times the experience. But this one is just whoever's ever alive at the end gets it. So now that we got this magic water, we're going to give it to the kid, and the kid's going to be able to speak again. And he's basically going to tell his dad and everyone that, I saw that knight from Heliodor, Jasper, talking to some monsters, and then he used a spell to make me lose my voice. And we were going to find out that his dad was actually the Doge of Gondolia. And so originally they were going to help Heliodor capture us, but then they realized, well, maybe they're not the good guys here, so they're going to turn and help us now.
Yeah, this is not a fight you need to win here, so we're just going to quickly just fall down here.
You can win, but the same outcome happens, yeah.
So now we're going to have another Metal Gear Solid area where we're basically just going to run through Gondolia and not get caught.
Ooh, got stuck.
Oh no.
Ooh. Okay, fourth flea.
Is it guaranteed flea after
Yeah,
four
4
tries?
fleas.
Okay.
This is actually one of the only games I don't know what the running odds are.
I'm not sure if it's level based.
In a lot of them, it's like 25, 50, 75, 100, or 50, 50, 75, 100. Or DQ2 is really mean and never reaches 100. But we know how to row a gondola, so we're getting away.
Yeah, they didn't think to check the waters, I guess.
Yeah. So there's a seed of life here. Oh, strength. I knew that.
Yeah, we're going to use that on David Bowie to make him even stronger.
And we have the next very scary fight. Jasper can be a jerk.
And we're hoping he's going to be nice today.
That's a good start.
Good sap, all right.
Good sap. We're going to debuff Jasper here, and the hero's going to be essentially all of our damage for the most part.
Sylvando will pop in with a hot lick when he can.
Stay strong.
But Veronica can go down at this point. She did her job by getting the sap off. But actually, this game also, there's different tiers too. You can cast Oomph twice and it'll make him even a little bit stronger. And same thing I think you can do with Sap. There's 2 levels of it. It can be applied at the same time. Taking advantage of Serena's buff so that physical attacks will do a little less damage to those people that have it. There's a magic water so that the hero can just keep focusing on wailing on him.
Yeah, from here we're pretty much making sure we're topped off, and that the hero can do as much damage as he can. He's basically David Value's, thanks to the sword and going to the gym a little bit, dealing 80, 90, 100 damage.
He's about 1 more cutting edge away. Or a pep away. Oh,
That's close.
there we go.
There we go.
Nice.
Good fight.
Good
Yeah.
fight.
So now the townspeople are basically going to cause a giant distraction to allow us to get onto Sylvando's boat and get away. And then we're going to go to a brand new continent. So this will be the 3rd continent we visited.
Yes, I think we forgot, or I don't know, we forgot to mention holy water, but you can think the holy water is basically like a Pokemon repel. any mobs lower level than you won't be able to get encounters, because in the water, encounters are essentially random encounters. They're not overworld.
Yeah, and the hero has to be a certain level for the holy water to work in different parts of the water. And so if the hero dies any point in the run up to this point, the holy water doesn't help and we have to keep fleeing.
Yep, and you can see, like, as soon as you step off the boat, it doesn't matter where you are or how long it took you to get there. It'll say the holy water ran out. So now we got a big horse ride. We're going to head to a place called Octagonia, and then we're going to head to a place called Dundrasil, which hasn't been mentioned since the beginning of the run. But yeah, we got a few minutes of just riding the horse here, so we got time for a few more donations.
Fantastic. I have $15 from Go Buppo Go, who says, great job, everyone, for making this look easy. Thank you so much for your donation. Also, speaking of horses, did you all know that Ismail Fake Name has Googled 10,000 shark facts and let us know that fact number 1 is a shark is a horse and he loves me? Update on our shark incentive that we have going on right now. We have currently raised over $4,500 for Shark on the Shotgun, which is an incentive for our upcoming Don't Stop Girly Pop run. That gives us over 9 sharks that we will be able to attach to our shotgun. Thank you so much for those generous donations towards that incentive. We also have some bid wars open for Super Monkey Ball. We have a Choose the Monkey bid war where you can choose which monkey you would like for Super Monkey Ball Stardust. Right now, Gone Gone is at $75 and Baby is at $45. We also have a Choose the Monkey Ball color. White is in the lead with $250 and black is close behind, but dragging a little bit at $50. So get your donations in for that to see your monkey ball color chosen.
So we just visited Octagonia, which is technically where the next story stuff happens. But before that, we're going to run to Dundrasil, which, if you recall, was the name of the hero's home kingdom. It's going to be, all the ruins of it. But by going there, we're going to pick up a recipe book that gives us the recipes for the Dracilian armor, which is a huge armor increase from what we're wearing right now, and we're going to need that because we are about to enter a tournament, a fighting tournament. Winner gets the rainbow, so...
Yeah, we finally found the Rainbow Princess.
Finally catch up to it.
Yeah, the arena fights in Octagonia, you can only use the hero, and you'll have NPC companion with you. So we want to make sure that David Bow is as ready for the arena competition as possible. One little fun detail is that each of the characters enter on their own, so you'll be fighting. So at some point during the competition, you'll be fighting Savando as one of the mini bosses.
One of the cutscenes in between is a hilarious one where Veronica is yelling at Eric because they just lost their match. She wiped the floor with you. Oh, we're in a well. Thanks, DQ6.
Yeah, we didn't go through Tickington because we spun that horse, but in Tickington, Tickington, I think.
Yeah, Ticketon.
Yep.
The 2D area, that entire area is pretty much an ode to the older Dragon Quest games.
Yeah, if you end up doing like the entire scenario, there's like another portal for literally a portal dedicated to each previous Dragon Quest game.
Yep. Yeah, and we actually do that in the Time Worm speed run, which is about 9 hours.
Oh, is that all?
It's only 9 hours.
Unlock the super boss and then...
That's only like half of a Dragon Warrior 7 run.
And one thing about the Sword of Light is that we complete sort of just like the first big arc of this game. There's I believe any percent would be the first and second arc.
Yes.
So for this armor, we can pretty much complete it as is. We don't need to go through the forging minigame because if we play through the forging minigame, we just get bonuses to our armor, but we don't really need anything more. And we're very low level, so making the armor with bonuses is very hard.
I'm off by 52 gold.
Oh no.
We got
So I'm
something
gonna
we
have
can
to,
sell.
I have a couple backup golds I can grab, but
52 is better than like 502.
yeah. I believe it is. Where is this? Right here. 800. There we go.
800, that's a lot.
It could have been 502 and you'd be fine. Yeah, so we don't quite have the. As you level up, you got to get your forging abilities level up too. So these pieces of armor are so high that we're not going to be able to get anywhere near like perfect. And even if we did, it's not going to be worth the time sink of the bonus that it would give us.
Yeah, also the special thing about this armor is when you equip it, your character model changes, so he's got the Dracilian armor going. This also goes for some of the other outfits that you can get for certain characters. Their looks will change.
If you do like the fishnet stockings with like the bunny ears, then like Serena can look like one of the Puff Puff gals.
I have $20 from Oprah who says, "You get a puff puff, you get a puff puff, everybody gets a puff puff."
Puff, puff.
So this whole section here is a giant love letter to anybody who's played Dragon Warrior 4, Dragon Quest 4. At the end of Chapter 2 in that, you have to do a tournament as Princess Alina and fight 5 enemies. And they actually like recreate 3 of them in this. Sylvando's partner with the boomerangs is basically Rorik. The abominable showman is basically Lingwar, and then Cinderella is basically Vivian from the original Dragon Warrior 4 from NES. I know they have different names if people have played like the DS version. There's also a couple, like this music here is like the music you hear right before you enter the tournament. And then the battle music is the same as the Dragon Warrior 4 battle music.
Yeah, so we're putting all the items that we can on David Bowie because he's going to be, again, fighting alone.
So Vince is going to play the part of the NPC. He can't be knocked out. But if the hero gets knocked out, then it's an automatic loss.
Yeah, in classic fashion, we're just going to hope that Vince will help us out when we're low HP. Sometimes he won't do that, and he'll just, I don't know, do whatever he wants to do. He generally is more likely to heal you if you're defending and you're low HP as well. And for this fight, we're going to try to take out Abominable first because he's a lot more dangerous and he has his unfriendly neighborhood duplicates. And also your enemies in these arena fights can also pet.
Yep, so they're going to do their pet power now, so perfect timing for a defend.
Yeah, we almost could have skipped this, but I didn't want a chance Underdigger critting me, so because I'm just at the right amount of health for it.
This animation is so funny. Thank you, Vince.
Yeah. And we've also been pretty lucky with all the crits have been on Vince so far.
And pretty much from here,
That was a really good
nice,
fight.
good fight.
Yeah, not bad.
So there's also a subplot happening during this where Vince was the winner of this whole tournament the last few years, and everybody thinks that he's like superhuman strong. We're gonna find out that there's been people have been disappearing.
What was that? Wipes the floor with you.
So after Veronica's scolding, Eric got kicked out of the tournament. And so different fighters have been disappearing, and it kind of looks like Vince is involved somehow. So we're kind of like keeping an eye on him between matches. But he's also good guy Vince because he's very involved in his community. He's like taking care of kids at the orphanage, like helping them feed them and whatnot. Every time he wins, all the money he gets, he donates to the orphanage. Oh, he almost took a swing at us.
And here's someone basically broke into his room and stole some of his potions or something that he likes to drink.
His protein shakes.
Yeah.
So then we're gonna have a couple more fights here. It's gonna be the Cinderella and Wambolina, which are fantastic names.
It's so punny. All right, so this is another tough fight here. We want to try to take out Cinderella, so because her spells are very dangerous to deal with. And she does have a mana system too. Eventually, she just run out of mana and just bop you with her wand. We ideally want to make sure we're doing as much damage as possible, as well as healing ourselves to top us out. Ooh, okay, that was close.
Yeah, because she can also, I think she can also heal too.
Take it.
Very good. She
Yep.
healed.
There was the mid heal. Yeah.
We actually would rather her waste her mana on healing than doing some of the big damage stuff that she does.
I mean, unless you wanted to like just blaze more Vince or whatever, that frizzle. Then after this fight, we'll be fighting the Bouillon Boys.
Ooh, she got
Ouch.
2 turns in a row there.
So it's kind of what I was alluding to earlier. The way the turn order works, she had the last action of the last turn and the first action of the next turn. And, anybody who's speedrun a Dragon Quest game before probably has heard the term "thanks DQ agility rolls." So we recognize Sylvando on the left, and there's Boomerang Boy on the right.
That's Sterling Silva.
Yeah, we want to take care of Golden Boy because, again, with the good old Homage Boomerang, he's got some pretty deadly AoE attacks. And Sylvando mostly just buffs him up, which also can be dangerous, but not as dangerous. But we just want to make sure we prioritize dealing with the damage dealer. It's pretty good damage.
Sylvando is a great multitasker because he also sent in $25 saying, you don't need a sword or a shield to defend the people you care about. Sometimes all it takes is a little bit of magic and a dazzling smile.
So true. Thank you,
Agreed.
Sylvando.
Thanks, Avanda.
You have met your match.
You have met your match. Nice.
It's also, I find it a little bit offensive for Sylvando to up his max HP for this fight, but not keep it there when he's on your team.
Good
Nice.
fight.
Not bad.
Sorry, Sylvando.
It's okay though, because the hero's still in the running for the
Yeah.
rainbow.
All right.
Hey, look, it's me in a few years.
It's Jerikandra and Xytoriak.
So this is Jade and Rab, and what they haven't mentioned yet is that Jade is actually the daughter of King Carnelian from Heliodor, and Rab is actually the hero's grandfather. They made it out of the sacking of Dundersill alive. But this is still a scary fight because Jade can hurt with her kicking, and she can make you wipe out and skip a turn.
Yeah, we again want to ideally take out Rab because, ooh, that's rude. Jade can also knock you down and prevent you from taking actions for a turn, which is very, very dangerous, especially if Vince just sits there. Rabs have been wailing on Vince, which is very nice for us. Rab is very dangerous because of his spells. He deals some pretty big damage spells.
And he can put you to sleep, which is also scary. So basically, we're going to do the same strategy with Rab as we did with Cinderella. Just basically let him tucker himself out. And then after he's out of mana, then we'll start attacking whoever's got the least amount of hit points after that. So we haven't really pointed that out, but if you notice in the targeting every once in a while, like, the enemy's name starts off as white and then it'll go like yellow and orange, and that's kind of giving you an idea that at yellow they're at like 50% HP, at orange they're about 25%, so you can tell that you're getting close. They're gonna get a second pep off.
Vince has been taking most of the damage so far, which is nice for us.
Yeah.
It's very rare.
We took out Jade just as Rab ran out of magic.
Very smooth fight. Yeah, Rab can't do much to us after he runs out of mana, so
Yeah, he can just
GG.
bonk.
That is the tournament arc.
So now, basically, us and Vince were the top duo. But at this point, we're going to find out there's this weird hole in the back of the orphanage that we're going to go in, and we're going to see a bunch of sticky webs in this cave, which probably hints to what our next enemy is going to be.
Yeah, arachnophobia warning for those of you who do not like spooters.
I mean, it is an Akira Toriyama spooter, though. So, yeah, we're basically just going to run through this cave as fast as possible. There's
And it also turned out that Jade got kidnapped. So we're also going down there to try to find Jade.
So we have time to read a few donations here.
Great. I have some from your community. I have $50 from Crushar, who says, everyone at Doctors Without Borders, continue doing your superb work. Jerika, good luck and rad fun on the run. Thank you and your community to the warm welcomes and fun times. Have a blast at SGDQ. Get some coffee and get some Jade Blue Bunny.
Thanks, Crusher.
I also have $50 from Seagam, who says, tell Jerika, Seagam. Seagam.
Seagam.
I have $10 from Omega Fulf, who says, a wild donation approaches. Command? And I have $25 from Necropolis. I started playing DQ11 during AGDQ 2026 as my first game in the genre, and I fell in love, so I had to donate during this run.
Nice.
Awesome, thank you.
Good choice.
So, yep, we're coming up on the Spooter boss, and this is basically gonna be our last required fight. This is also a very scary boss fight. He can make things go sideways very fast. All sorts of status ailments he can do. He can make you get stuck in a web. He can do big AoE party damage.
He can confuse you as well. There's an extremely rude spooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only saving grace a little bit is we have Rab as an NPC, but when Rab is on it, he's really good and helpful, and sometimes he's pretty useless.
Yeah. All right, we still have a leaf. I'm going to give it to Sylvando.
Sylvando basically has two roles in this fight. One, oomph the hero. Two, keep everybody alive.
Yeah, hustle dance is going to come in very handy.
Stay focused.
Can't do without
Veronica has one job with sap, or is he shooting a sap and then Sizz?
As you see here also, a Spooter can pretty much steal almost all of our HP, but thanks to Hustle Dance,
He can get it all back. Eric only has one job. If he can poison the spider before he goes down, that's great. Otherwise, nice try, Eric.
I believe in Eric. Oh no.
It's not great.
And Rab. All right, we're going to do... Oop, wrong target. Okay,
Okay, good poison.
So now we're gonna bring Serena in for her healing abilities.
I'm coming, darling.
Oh, now he does it.
Thanks, Rab.
I'm here to help. What can I say?
It's okay. You're good. You're good moral support.
Oof.
Oh no. Okay.
Good thing we got a leaf.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I believe Rab can also revive.
Yep, he's got the Zing
Yeah,
spell or
he's got the
Vivify.
Zing.
It's not guaranteed. It's a 50% chance for him to bring him back at 50% health, but that's not. Oof. Yeah, healing's more important at this point. Yep, missed. Tried though.
Yep, at
You
least
tried your best.
There's a sap.
Yeah. At least we have poison, so we're dealing gradual damage. No, Serena.
Oh my gosh, killing me.
Oh, he
Alright,
vivified
that'll
the
work.
right person.
I'm coming, darling.
Unfortunately, that means he lost his buffs too, so. But he's up, so that's the more important.
Okay, good miss.
This is also one of the first bosses that gets to take multiple actions during their turn.
Ronnie, darling.
Okay, Rab.
Turns.
We like aggressive Rab.
Oof.
Oh no. Oh my
all you need is
goodness.
one.
Well, okay.
Good mid heal from
All you need-
Rab's saving us.
All you need is 1 HP.
No, Veronica.
Oh boy.
So it doesn't matter who survives this because all that matters is that the spider goes down.
Yeah, we've heard the Spooter is pretty much the last fight in the speed run.
Yeah.
So we're pretty much just exhausting all of our resources here to make sure.
Yeah, we got other stuff we're gonna do, but
Oh, that's
last boss.
not great.
Hey, he didn't attack anybody though.
Poison wear off.
Here you go, laddie. Oh, we got
Oh
him.
my god. Savannah taking the last hit.
It's always funny when a little bop like that is the killing blow.
Yeah.
So we basically find out that Vince was dealing with the devil, kind of. He was offering fighters up to get these magic potions to become much stronger. but he was doing it so that he could win the tournaments and give money to the orphanage and whatnot. So it's, you know, heart kind of in the right place, but doing bad things to get there. But now he's just basically going to let us win the tournament since we helped him with his predicament. And that's how the hero won the tournament. So now we finally got the rainbow. Actually, no, we didn't. We were about to get it, and then we find out that Rab and Jade stole it. So
you gotta go. You gotta one more place before you save the Rainbow Princess.
Yep. So there was a message left to say, meet us back at Dundrasil. So we're going to go to Dundrasil and meet Rab and Jade there and basically have like this kind of like a funeral ceremony for the hero's dead parents. And then along the way, Hendrik's going to show up and ruin the moment. And then we're going to jump off another cliff because we already had experience with Eric. Now we got to do it with Jade.
While we're making our way to Dundrasil, can I interest you in some shark facts?
Yes.
Amazing. Okay, this is $5 from RFO27 who says, I watched Jaws when I was 8 and it terrified me. Naturally, I read every book from my library about sharks to be less scared. The fastest is the short fin mako shark, so let's add a few of those to the shotgun and don't stop girly pop.
Nice.
I also have a question. This is $5 from Caesar who says, hello, I've heard sharks have sharp teeth. Can a shark enthusiast confirm? $25 from Rosalo who says, more sharks! And an update on that, we are at 9.5 sharks right now for that Shark Onto Shotgun incentive for Don't Stop Girly Pop. Get those donations in, make sure you select the incentive that you would like them to go for. Again, right now, sharks are for the Shark Onto Shotgun. We are trying to see how many sharks we can put on a shotgun. Each shark costs $500. We are now at about 9.5 sharks. Thank you for your donations.
Almost at double digits.
We are almost there.
So this is where we're going to have a tender moment with Jade. Then we saw Hendrik and his men coming, and we're like, oh, we better start running. And then we're surrounded. And then the hero says, trust me, I've done this before. So we got another story trigger. We just got to go back to Dundrasil yet again, meet up with our friends. And then we are going to get back on our boat and head to Porto Valor so that we can open up the gate and make it out to the outside ocean. Because right now we've only been able to sail, there's a big, kind of like a Mediterranean type sea in the middle that we've been in. This will allow us to go out to the outer world.
Yeah, we're going to open the door with 2 orbs rather than 6. How are we going to do it? Luminary magic.
There's the rainbow. It finally happened. We finally got it.
Finally got it, and it showed us a vision basically of where we need to go to get up to the Tree of Life, Yggdrasil, and it shows 6 colored orbs coming down. And we find out, oh, this red orb we have and the yellow orb we have are actually something we need, and now we need to find 4 more.
The 6 colored orbs is a callback to Dragon Quest III, where you had to get the 6 orbs to revive the ancient bird Ramia. And then that was your airship. I also like to think that the rainbow, going from place to place to place to place, is kind of like a Dragon Quest II callback, where you're trying to find your first cousin at the beginning of the game, and You go to his kingdom, and his dad's like, "Oh, you just missed him. He went to the Spring of Bravery." You go there, the old man says, "You just missed him. He went back to your castle." Then you go to your castle, your dad says, "You just missed him. He just went to the village." And then you finally catch up with him at the village.
So Silvana didn't want to go with us into this town, and we don't really know why at this point in the story.
Yeah, we won't find out in this run because we find out more about that in Act 2, but basically that big mansion was his dad's mansion, and they had the trope of his dad wanted him to become a knight, and he did learn the code of being a knight and how to be a good knight and all that, but he wanted to make the world smile, so he became an entertainer instead. And had they just talked, they might have been able to find an understanding, but that'll happen during the game because they can't have that happen off screen.
Jerikandra, I have a lot of donations coming in for you specifically. Can I share them with you?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. I have $25 from BRC Equivocal, who says, "Hi, just wanted to donate because I also work in this sector. Doctors Without Borders does amazing work providing care for those around the globe. Also, a huge shout out to Jerikandra. She's accepted me into her community and has been an absolute joy to watch. Also, let her know that it's not baloney, it ain't a pony. I made this donation from my cellular bananular phone."
Thanks, BRC.
I also have $10 from Jaro, who says, "By winning the Octagonia tournament, you have progressed in the game farther than I did, and everything is a spoiler. I'm still watching the run."
One thing to note here, we are getting random encounters here because at this point, everything is much higher level than the hero. We just have to deal with it and hope we get the flea. Just flea first try.
Yeah, on any percent run, before we do this part, we actually do a metal slime grind so that we get some levels before we go to Act 2, because we're going to be way under leveled because we skip 4 orbs, as mentioned.
So we're basically, we're just going to be running through a few maps here, going through the Snarefelt, and then making it to the entrance of Arborea-ish. And then the Luminary is going to use his Luminary powers to cast Walk Through Mountain.
Yeah, we're going to be spinning the horse again, so get ready to yell, "Spin that horse."
Yep. Until then, we have time for a few more donations.
Wonderful. Just a reminder that we have some bid wars open. We have some bid wars open for Super Monkey Ball, both choose the monkey and choose the monkey ball color. We already have $10 from Kyle, who says, "I'm going to start the baby train for the monkey ball incentive. Baby is the best monk." And I am sorry if you agree with Kyle, because Gon Gon has already surpassed Baby as the best choose the monkey for that incentive. So go ahead and get your donations in for that. Similarly, we have some bid wars open for SSX. You can both choose the character and you can pick which game JR will play, either SSX Tricky or SSX 3. So make sure you get your donations in to choose those.
All right. We have arrived.
It's
All
time
right,
to
it's time, friends.
Spin that horse.
Not quite making it. All right, we'll try again.
Should we say it again for good luck?
Absolutely.
Okay, there's a setup. We're trying to spin across the zone line.
Spin that horse.
All right,
There we
it
go.
worked.
Nice. All right, so no game is complete without a little Skyrim action here. Since we're out of bounds here, we can still make our way through, climb some mountains. We do have to be careful of some areas where we can accidentally fall down here.
There's still a few areas that if either fall through the terrain, or if the game realizes that you're out of bounds, it'll just zone you out again. But
All right, yeah,
There's the giant tree in the sky.
yep. And where we're going, we don't need clipping.
What level does the hero learn walk through mountain?
All right, so we are clipping back in bounds here.
Cyclops.
And now this is where you shouldn't be able to go. So basically there's a check to get to this part of the zone that verifies that you have 6 orbs. So we only have 2 since we did the spin to win, and we're gonna continue. It is a little bit of a trek on the way up here. So yeah, we could take a little more donations.
Wonderful. We have $25 from JJ Schmidt 77, who says Dragon Quest is my favorite game series, and it always is amazing to see one at GDQ. Thanks, Jerikandra. I have another one from Naz T Man, who says, great start to the morning with a run from the awesome Jerikandra. Good luck on the rest of the run. I know it's early. Does anyone want coffee?
Oh.
Oh no.
This is fine.
It's fine. This is fine. That's
Oh.
fine. That's totally fine. Oh boy. Okay. Come on. I'd like a turn. Thank you.
If you needed any proof to know how underleveled we are,
It's like a level 30 area. Oh, 1 HP. 1 HP in a dream.
Come on.
Yeah,
There we
JJ
go.
Rapper just like level 23. That's how underleveled we are.
Yeah. All right. So that's just part of the manip. We just wanted to manip our health down for this last fight, of course.
so when you're walking across those vines and stuff, it might look like it's like an execution thing. Oh, am I gonna fall off? You can't.
Hey, shh! Don't tell them that. Takes a lot of skill to walk across these vines.
Hey, it's a Leonar.
So yeah, we could take a couple more donations probably.
Sure thing. I have $50 from Red Wolf 503. They say, I have to work today, so I'm going to miss a lot of great runs, but this is for my fellow Portlanders. Keep being awesome, and let's get that Don't Stop Girly Pop incentive, and let's go 200K.
All right.
For that 200K, we are actually over $140,000 raised for Doctors Without Borders. That is amazing. Only 60K more to go. I'm sure we can get it in the next few hours. I also have $5 from Audrey. It's GDQ time. It's our favorite time of year. Thank you to all volunteers that make this event possible. I also have $10 from Sleo9, who says, it's slime time. What's your favorite slime, and why is it Rocket from Rocket Slime?
All right, this cutscene somehow shows 6 orbs coming down
Orb.
to open up the Rainbow Bridge, so.
Well, there's no...
There's no mistaking it. We're missing 4 orbs.
That's okay. The Luminary just imagined up the other 4 orbs with his powers.
All right, y'all, we should talk about what's going to happen here, and then we're going to get ready to call time.
So we're gonna run into Jasper, and he's basically at the heart of Yggdrasil is the Sword of Light, which is why they call this the Sword of Light percent. Normally, the Luminary would get his power derived from having the sword and whatnot, but they're going to be there. They're going to try to knock us out, and they're going to try to steal the power of the Luminary for themselves.
As much as I like to joke that we're a bunch of lords, like, your journey ends here.
So you can see that he's emanating an evil power from him.
Let's go!
And because of that power, we can't even touch him.
All right, so time is going to be coming up real quick. We'll have 2 cutscene skips after this fight. and then it will be time when the save dialogue comes up. And that is time. All right, well, thanks so much, y'all. That was Dragon Quest XI, Sword of Light Percent, Act 1. I'm Jerikandra. Come hang out with me on Twitch, where I run this game as well as 10 other games. We just have fun with it and vibe. And also, get a Blizzard today in honor of Dairy Queen 11. Shout outs to my community and GDQ and all the tech people here, like making things work for me. You're all awesome, and thanks for all the donos. And any shout outs from the couch?
Oh yeah, I want to give a shout out to the DQ community. If anybody watching wants to learn a speedrun for Dragon Quest, we have a Discord, we have a compendium with notes for pretty much every Dragon Quest game, and then just quick shout outs to people like Clear Tonic, High Spirits, Anatolu, Hactical, Countess, Rudo, the DQ crew.
I want to say shout out to you for being a really cool runner and a really cool person. I know I've been watching your journey because you started doing a lot of RPG speedruns, and you made it to the GDQ stage multiple times, and it's really, really happy to see more people, especially women, showcase such cool JRPGs.
Thanks, and thanks for encouraging me to do so, Sanjan. All right, with that, we will send it back over. Thanks again, y'all, and have a good rest of the GDQ. Let's do it.